Everybody, I want to hear you. Let's go. Come on. One more time. Come on. I like it from Aka on guitar.
These measures will reduce dependence on the national grid and position Ghana as a leader in Africa's green energy transition. Mr. Speaker, Ghana's petroleum sector has witnessed a precipitous decline, with crude oil production sinking by more than 32%. This has resulted from the high opacity levels, a very hostile business climate, and excessive political interference in the sector, culminating in most of the major oil companies exiting and stalling all upstream activities. The decline in upstream activity is obvious to any person familiar with the twin cities of Sekondi and Takoradi. Just under a decade ago, these cities were the bustling epicenter of fabrication, logistics, service activity associated with the upstream oil and gas sector. Unfortunately, my recent visit reveals many shut down facilities and many businesses have packed and left the shores of our country. Hundreds of workers have been laid off and left unemployed. I wish to assure the good people of Sekondi, Takoradi, and indeed the whole Western region that we are going to breathe life back into your area. Mr. Speaker, we have already commenced revitalization of our upstream petroleum sector by creating a business-friendly and congenial environment for our partners and other prospective investors who wish to come in. My meeting with the players in the upstream sector have been extremely positive, and we have been assured of substantial investments running into billions of dollars in the very near future. Mr. Speaker, the Minister of Energy and Green Transitions gave the directive for the removal of the unitization based on the arbitration that took place. We believe that this will open the way for an amicable resolution of the issues between Springfield and ENI, and this should make our oil and gas prospects more attractive to investments going forward. Mr. Speaker, Ghana has fertile lands, abundant water, and human resources. Yet we face a paradox. Our food import bill continues to soar, reaching alarming levels of over $2 billion annually. In addition, rising food inflation is burdening households and threatening livelihoods. To address this, we're implementing several well-considered policies to grow the agricultural sector, including agro-processing. This will be backed by reliable power supply to meet our country's needs while advancing exports to earn foreign exchange and strengthening our economy. Mr. Speaker, the Agriculture for Economic Transformation Agenda, AETA for short, will modernize agriculture, enhance agribusiness, ensure food security.
Yemabo ajo emamu akwa ba edba no kremre jimidi so ai na watche assign akọ ababetu yembiem nti achichi nkonwa aye betena se achichi nkomo ede afa Ghana amanyesem eho midi eje Antonia Jifa efa ai chese ye kamuso se oba so no na wa share link no na afoforo so ensa ake bitime ahye wo Facebook, Instagram and YouTube channels and so more Eastern European countries and so Mobitimi AT Anchor FM and Asimbiti and podcast no and also Today Ghana News TV. Yeah. And you may I omo ever better chain como near Bema Conedia Don Bennett or no any Babet's name Wakasa Eddie Ama NDC Amanyukun could do patch shadow for my
Yo, mini aba, medasipi, metia en enyumre. Na mafa kwanya so achia phone wana omuofi no wana wama no nyina metia obibiara. Na medin cha kese akofi akoma mampani mampani John Mani Maham and Yamami Vice President na Jenopoko Ajuman. Na medin cha kese so akofi akakoma ye cabinet nyina ZMC kuso ya constitutive cabinet yawie enti say no amamu no asase ano no medin cha kese bakakoma ye ministers nyina ne ya appointees mi amenua Akwati Peter Mensa Yura Jondomani Mahama ayini se onko buana tema shipyard so dwumadi a yedi no so no enkoso menia Peter ene enyumremi chiao namle nchaka se so akakoma mia menia kodida nkwa so me chiao pi me bo abaso wo o no aya dibra jahede ama so ko na so kokosum Ghana ne mia menia de la so many jackets yama na enanyumre mo jide mu se akwanya monya se munkosum Ghana no mobeye ama aso Ghana man nyina ne ama Ghana so timetum pon na daache ntime kasa yeso yabo wabo yendin se ye pamoka ho bi na Ghana enya babi esiye enti menu aba medibesia na yato adwumade no so
Esa ede ama NPP amanyuku yenua bema Dr. Abongo Mashid. Dr. Abongo yema kwaba. Hello Dr. Abongo. Dr. Abongo pachote ha. Okay, yen say Dr. Bongo nka enti yen try ho na yen fa the Evening Tribune do bokrata no yen fa eno en chance yen na say ba so a Dr. Bongo ahoma no tutuma no so aba bichia adofo ede amayen enti ye share the Evening Tribune do bokrata front page Alaka directs Ghana missions abroad to treat Ghanaians with dignity and respect. Dr. Isiama will restore trust and stability at Bank of Ghana. Oma Penny John Dramani Mahama ena eka osha asieswa ni mfonyi ene Dr. Isiama mfonyi ena ebohono. Government industries ready to partner government on 24-hour economy. Yeah, former finance minister, Mr. Seth Tekbe, ono nso ena anyway ababetuja. Enti nsemi opeso ohuni nyina into details ma wonsa enka the Evening Tribune do bokrata no. Na wetimi apensem ni nyinemu. Ye kaya mo say there's a Joe Bobby and as a article be and I will news you say publish it at the mao na o mao sa eka the Evening Tribune do bokrata na ye bit me a publish it at the amount. All right, here call Dr. Bongo Hona afe on shadow for say na homa no ntuto mu dia and I should say be try and one for boy for crato na e ba be to adwumedi ni so. Okay, Dr. Bongo Yama Paba.
Yenu Jifa.
Patrick Shadow for my
Yo Jifa, me pese me for this opportunity. I cheer Ghana for especially your party leadership in parliament. Afayo Markins and all the leadership in parliament. Na masa use this opportunity to cheer Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. On ye presenter candidate. Unfortunately, want me and we. Now, masa use this opportunity to actually external director. Your friend is to Nash and all the external branches of NPP. Now, masa chia Miami branch, NPP Russia and NPP Germany. Say me chio mu na baby mo bia me chio mu enche bia me ba be come na ho. Na Ghana for baby omu tie me etie for baby omu yina me chio mu yina. And me person so mo use this information I catch all the young peoples, all the youth, or more employ or MPP employ recently no. John Mahama government revoke my appointment. Epa mo kufie no. Me sure mo kwa say e mo worry. Na ye the judgment debt beba. Aban ye be mind this aban na to judgment debt. Ido be form back and some to judgment debt amom. Into mo kun ye kun. Ye be kun amom pa jifa. Me chega na fo yina.
all right, you better say Dr. Abongu Mashut. Yen try ho na yen fa abo for crowds or na say ba near the topics so ahihye so. All right, yes, I am a Mwakababi. And I'm the State of the Nation address. In terms of your topic now, say panelists no, they standing out with the State of the Nation address no. Na mwaboso kakra edi amaye. But we first topic no ye share Musa Dankwa. Ne finance and answer the survey or sign at the Ababeto Abonti and in relation to political affiliations and no any Babet Chunkomo. And Tikone do patch or Hana Wabana Yachi in Komo ye bisa say state of nation no then a standing out at the Mao. All right, so I'm going to do near humanity. Dr. Bongo, join here. Dr. Bongo. Now, State of the Nation address, no, then Pana, in the first league.
Anukura mum deɛ na me wejuma mu enti mantima anhwɛ so fully but me hwɛ so kakra bi ma
Okay.
neɛ metumi aka
Okay.
ne sɛ the State of the Nation address no me hu nia ɛyɛ soronko ɛwɔ ho neɛ me hu ya ne sɛ even though ɔka sɛ over some amount of money
Trying. To be on my own say.
Sɛ aman no baby ɛkɔduru no ɛyɛ baby ɛyɛ papa because difa sɛ wonni sika a ɔmfa workers anaa meboa difa wowɔ adwuma na adwuma no kɔgu a wobɛfa workers sɛ ɔmfa workers wobɛfam workers but ɔno baayɛ no ɔappointi CEOs or appointi ministers or appointi presidential staffers ɔbaayɛ no almost 2 months ni ɔtua ɔmo ka that means yeah, manage economy ni ye. Sika ho.
Oh, that's why those people are needed to run the various sectors.
What's it saying?
Dr. Bongo, even if he didn't employ those people, not also at the top positions like that.
The never can say so what you
So it's not like that positions no empty, not at the what that. So he just made changes.
Yes, so that is what I'm saying. He made changes, and the changes that he made, he could have said, no, I will not make any changes. I'll work alone because I will not get money to work to pay them. But provided that he made changes, he employed them.
Oh, but
taking salaries.
It's not possible to no Dr. Bongo.
It is not possible. Anytime we make it is not possible. Just say, yeah, I manage economy. Yeah, Jessica on provided on no Jessica at your work and that means the economy it was already good. And Sana, President Nana Akufo-Addo, he gave the State of the Nation address. Nothing has changed. And he coming to give another State of the Nation address just prove that NPP left him a good economy, a good nation, a resounding nation. Opportunity or appointed CEOs. There are some institutions, some organizations, NPP nearby, as a CEO or appointed, and not a and say, or appointed to be as presidential advisor to Black Festival, and I say Rex Oma. So a position of the Rex Oma, or man some position be. So Rex Oma appointed
Black Star Experience.
Sorry?
Black Star Experience also.
Yes. And KO Jimmy now our mama appointment. Abeku Santana, or Momina appointment. Mojuma, a Jomo salary, Wajah, Mama Salaman Diti, Omeji huge salary. Oche Professor Gampo, our only gone, Oji salary, only now, Wajah Mojuma. They all want the juicy fruits of what NPP have left. And you know, we now, Wajah Mojuma, our Makoji appointment, no. It is an economy in a year. They should have worked voluntarily because Mikai said, "Show your mind here. Because we are working for free. Can you munjai omojuma? On jai lecture juma and kofa appointment. And we left a good, a strong economy. But Mr. said the State of the Nation address no one can.
Okay.
The all Pam Ghanaians, young Ghanaians, my juma, all Pam or more appointment. Is it not sad? Or your papa show or crack? Can you Sharif? And I said, Sharaf now, you find a juma.
Okay.
And then you say, I find a juma. Then new president about Pam so mafia. Konwa John Mahama, how will he feel? He's a parent. He have kids. if someone should do to him the same thing like he's doing to what he's doing to other kids, how will he feel? That is the true state of the nation address. The true state of the nation is address is that John Mahama waba
Okay. All right, Dr. Bongo,
that
that's
is
what
the true state of the nation address.
yes. What I am right. You can say and I'm saying in relation to political affiliations. So say and MPP must say Efano, say and must say I
Hello, Jifan. Bacho, online breaky. And the Bacho, wait me up, Bisa, or questions.
Okay, Bibisa said, yeah, let me
Yeah.
say, Musta down for the survey now, why no. In relation to political affiliations, so MPP saying I must say Efano.
Political affiliation, no. Chifa, Musa Dankwa, no, Mitie, no, say, one shada alpha survey number, Mimiya Kaya, and then I'm trying to say many survey, no. But what I know is, Oko Metro TV, and then a mohu, and Wako Khan in Sambi, and a Musa Dankwa, so when you say Ghana, your elections, no, and I say survey, no, at times only a bias, right? I say so because now in the modern world, people basically use psychology to generate data, analyze the data, and present the data, right? Sometimes they don't even go to the field to get the real data, the real facts of the situation. Yeah, we are elections, less than 2 months. Now, so we call data, we call research. Your research will not be credible. It will not be credible in such a way, say, Ghana for to Abano, they have not yet even made their decision. Yeah, now you say to Abano 2 months near. And Musa Dankwan so the Okaina AM Mwa or say I said Dr. Mahmoud Bogumia resign here. So on your NPP presidential candidate, it will be good for NPP. Najifa Obika say ya and your this is someone who have to contest 2 elections to become the presidential candidate, right? Not one. Let's all remember, he have to contest 2 elections. And all those 2 elections, he contested with someone who was a favorite candidate of NPP, which is called Alan Chermatin, Alan Cash. That we all know, that he would have been the presidential candidate. Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia defeated him the first round. And this man have to run. He have to run, leaving his NPP party card in NPP to go and form a different party. And I'm called second round. Second round, Osan defeated Kennedy Japan. And I called national elections. National elections, he had over 41% of the vote. This is a candidate that had about 41% of the candidate. He needed only 9% plus 1. And he said, oh yeah, serious scientist, serious researcher, serious pollster, you will not be making comment that if Bawumia should resign NPP, it will be good. This is a candidate that had about 41%.
But Dr. Bongo, don't you think that start winning Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia winning, you know? He is popular among the electoral college, but unpopular among the floor, and I said the grassroots members. I hold a majority of the votes, even though he won at the electoral college and I say Congress level. No, a ban say general election. The ordinary Ghanaian, he doesn't really appeal to the ordinary Ghanaians. Who said that was the angle where Musa Dankwa was coming from.
No, that is what I'm saying, sir. Jifa, you know, who was the second after election? Who was the second person? It was Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, and he had 41%, right? That means 41% of the voters voted for Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. So if you are saying he's not popular, let's look at the third person. The third person had less than 2%, right? Alan Cash Krana no your favorite. Or Ghanaians, Alan Cash Kuran, no way. He didn't even get up to 3% of the electorate, the vote. So if he is saying that Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, if he should not contest for election, it will be good for NPP. That is why I'm saying that even if you put the basic analysis of the just ended elections, any serious researcher or any serious pollster will not make that statement. I'm saying so because this is a presenter candidate who went for 2 elections, or 2 elections. That is 2 internal elections to become a presenter candidate. And he went to the national elections and he had 41%. It's not like he had 20% or he had 10%. And it's not like he had a 3rd position. He had a 2nd position. And I and you know, Ghanaians name. Say elections be now. NDC G first, na NDC, NPP at the 2nd. And as the NPP did first, na NDC at the 2nd. That has always been the trend. And then the trend is saying NPP go 8 years, there's a likelihood.
Yeah, that has always been the trend. So if NDC won and Mahmoud Bawumia came second, it's no news. But we are looking at the percentage difference. Or the bus are second, look, others are also of the opinion said someone like Kennedy Japan appeals more to the public than Bawumia, and then the party, and I said the executives and the leadership of the party indirectly forced Bawumia on the candidate or on the electorates to go and vote for him. That's why you had that vote turnout. I said people didn't really like NDC, and they didn't like the candidates that was presented to them from the NPP. Into same kombeko NDC and them. Because you pay candidates, no, but you see for your votes in my NDC, then they better them, and that is what resulted in this percentage of NPP.
Yes, Jifa, that is what I'm saying. If he's making analysis or he's arguing based on that, and then we can say then the research is a flaw research. I didn't know we can say Jifa, 41% of the vote, 41%, and I'll share the number of votes now. Nana Kufaru Edivini last elections now, and then John Mahama Enye na Odi di second no. There is no difference. John Mahama Owini, you see Owini about 6 million Ghanaians na vote man. Either 6 or 7 million. Mirefi. The previous elections now John Mahama Nana Kufaru defeated no. It was in the same 7.7 million and 6 million. And you can say about 6 million of Ghanaians voters and a vote man Bawumia. No one will tell you that Bawumia is not a preferred candidate. If he had about 6 million votes, Alan Cash that was in favorite. Time I contested 20, that was 2012 wow. Congress was Legon now. Alan Cash Estepe down man and Akufado Ekoya no. Onukura no Oko forming party no. How many votes did he get? Less than 1 million. It will be over here research be I can say NPP. And Manifan Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia and Bana on yet serious pollster and also yes serious researcher. And a 2 differ. Now we have not declared the position opened. And Bawumia have not even come out to say that over contested. Can at your point, I'm over contested. So if you are making analysis and over a researcher, you have to know either the 2 of them, either they will contest or they will not contest. If you don't consider them and your research
Already or can just in case of future happenings. Onka said he's waiting for them to declare their intention before he puts it out.
Yes, and based on the future happening, American said, if you are going to base on the future happening, then you should consider the past. And the past, American said, election, the eternal elections, Bomio was first round. Second one, he was still first. And he defeated him not by 1 vote, not by 2 votes, by a huge margin, right? Bomio had over 60%, and the second person had about 40-something%. And the difference here, why? And if you're saying this is not the grassroots, to ours, to MPP, the grassroots, because share delegates now, it was from constituency level, from polling station to constituency level, Congress, no. So if you're telling me it's not the grassroots level, I would say no, it's the grassroots level, because that was the party grassroots. All the delegates were taken from all the constituency in Ghana. They came down to vote for our presidential candidate. And Bomio won, and that was the grassroots. It was not like it was only the National Executive, that is NEC, the National Executive Committee that elected for our presidential candidate. No. You're told from the grassroots, and the delegates to here, and of the Ibomia, and the Ibomia call to our elections. In any case, Jifa, who year researcher, meaning say a election review committee, I said, you know, Bibrinana can say, Macquay committee, no, Omuyo Mojuma. Just last week, the diaspora, yes, sure, NAD grievances, yeah, presentation, as at Devon and Ma, you lose elections, no. Okay, external branches, cry, external branches. Yeah, presentation, no. You have 30 external branches. Germany, UK, France, Russia, South Korea, Japan. Just external branches now, outside Ghana, no. You know your presentation, my external review continue. You must be a new UC Bomia as the reason why we lost. No, there was nothing like that. And I'm so much around. I could investigate it.
And also, Musa Dankwa is also of the view that Enka Munya, a candidate who was from the Ashanti region and not any of the Akan speaking regions.
Now, Jifa.
Because I think the major reason NPP focusing on Bamia was to split the vote in the north, and I said to even get majority of the votes in the north. But it looks like if NPP had picked a candidate from the Akan side now, it would have benefited them more.
Jifa, Mumayan Kai say that is what I'm saying. Musa Dankwan so over here analysis it's not like Bomio was so selected. No, it was a competition. And I must say, Bomio Kwan and I not no. Akoto wish free no then or Ashanti, right? Kena Japan of the Central Region, he say a Sadna. Alan Cash, no a Sadna, right? Kobina Japan, no a Sadna. Adanimo, no a Sadna. Omina, no me Ashanti Region. These are the people that Bomio contested with them. And Ocean Swa, Northern regions, no. We had only the 3 main northern regions are air popular. But the rest of the regions need now southern sector, maybe Timiaka, also. And the delegates now moved to Abanama Yibo Miano. The sadness or Ashanti's delegates were more than the northerners, yet they voted for Bawumia, meaning he was the preferred candidate. They did not consider the region or the tribe. They only considered the quality of the leader that we wanted. We did not consider the tribe. We did not consider the region that he was coming from. Just the qualities. And the region fact and by and Nutina Edi Napo just to support because a balance and the MPP in the ASRDN. Say ye Sadna as a presidential candidate, 10 years you know, and you see that for 4 times na kofo yi ono no as president candidate no oyi Ali Muhammad Alhaji Ali Muhammad as the vice president candidate eno mu wi ni ye eno mu call 2 rounds Bawumia nso o hwe na na do eye sad na oyi Bawumia as a northerner. And this has been the trend in NPP. This has been the history in NPP. We always choose a Southerner or to a Northerner. So
now, you say, Napo Amuyino as running mates, no, are there any benefits? And I say, or are there any disadvantage to the party?
Of course, are they advantage? Because anytime we can know, we always want to balance. We say Ghana is a multicultural and multi-ethnicity. And the time we always wanted to balance, right? And the Uyi Sadna also ye Northerner, right? And the ye president candidate no ye Northerner no. And you ye Sadna. And the people who argue, is it that Bawumia as a personality that you are asking that it did not add anything to NPP, or Bawumia as a Sadna? These are two things. During Napo as a Sadna. So you consider two things. Napo as a personality, of course, his personality, even though during the campaign there was a whole lot of controversies about some of his speeches, like Okoya Okokaba Kwame. But this is politics. Obi yes I know Yedin, right? And this is his style. So obey Ayedin. And his personality no, and the nima bi ba ebe kan Bawumia ho because nima bi wa ha kan na amon kan NPP vice president candidate no or you say he was trying to get the media attention, and that was his strategy. Now Yeba as a Southerner now, it balanced with NPP history to say ye president candidate or yes Southerner, ye vice president candidate or Northerner. This time around, ye president candidate our Northerner, it also ye Southerner, and it influenced and balanced our history. And the Americans say the candidate is no, the BB Eka MPP no one because of he's a Southerner. That influence was there to add votes to Bawumia, and two, his personality. Even though the personality now can say Ghanaians, he had some controversies among Ghanaians, right? And NPP used that one to campaign, and NDC also used that one to campaign. And Nunamika said because he was always in the media, he was always in the news, he was always in the public mind, he was always in the public eye about some of his speeches and some of his actions. And not say because a political party, you always want to become popular, you always want to become active in the media, and he played that role too, right? Into Obuaye pa Jifa.
All right. You better say Dr. Bongo, you better say about what you fa konedu na ono nso ema ye na dwentre emfa nkomotwitwi ehu. Konedu ye sai ema akwa ababiem. O mic no mute nti patcho amute o mic na maye.
Sorry. Yo, mini about the patch me say Metchao na Masaya afa kwenye za cha efo.
Okay. Maybe say State of the Nation address. And then uti ebi there and say o follow ye.
Yo, mini aba yakoye politicians yi there. E busy cry na I was say adebe politics biano. Inya mre na ye follow kakra. Nti me follow kakra fan.
And then I stand out Emma.
Yo, mini aba in the first place me da kwanya kese intra kese be kwa koma ye Regent Robana Muhammad bi. Na the case State of the Nation address cry anything you can't Buni say State of the Nation address say on mine no yam pempen so ye nyina ye etisen and she say ye chere said your man no afie twa mu wepem mre ye omsisie no e kwan ye paso ye tutu ye no ma ba bia dia ba bedure ne ba bia pese ye kọ e wa afie de ye no eno ne ade a boni kan say state of the nation address na normal brebe e na Yewura John Dramani Mahama editu da we ne the first state of the nation address after his second coming no na ensemo a oditu da na ye nyanim say ye man no esikasem atoape ade free kan abra ne opposition no ese omane de NPP for no abu omane no atete na pansam no nemom the depth of the destruction no cause to our economy no say na ye underestimate the debt no na ye ba be fa kunwen na yen the researcher ya ye eni kakra ye hu e kire se de ne ye opposition no ne ye dwene se enkofo mu asaw man say ebro sampo na ahomete say ona kayeto abademo mu se nka wo mehwe no mtoto yesikasem na say oman no no ma no anka ya na ye hwese omdo oman no ye die no oman no nka nkobeto na koma so na so the ehu in the last 8 years no ade a na ye just direct opposite of what the enkaye na ye hwese ebesi oman no mu na Yewura John Dramani Mahama ekasem no said I mekan no say state of the nation address and say obeka oman pempen so a yedru e de atre Ghana fo nyina say oman na mode ahye mensa no oman gina ye ni na aha ne yeko na ye oha bi mu akwan be na be fa so be frisa oha no eno na Yewura John Dramani Mahama de tudwa na asemba ko o kan o de tudwa yemu bi awasin aguyen ye ka twitwi dia eda eye ECG eso nunti ena me no kasai omu abo wansi adum kane kakra na se Yewura John Dramani Mahama mfa kwanyan so ama Ghana fo anhu kakase a Yewura Kufuado ne na bade akire Dr. Bamia eboto ECG a anka ebia kadum so ranase ye dum kane a Yewura John Dramani Mahama ena obi aka Ghana fo ebeso ne party na yahono na so wama Ghana fo nyina atiache se ye be fa kunya na eka eda ECGCA was a Ghana buying etua over 60 billion Ghana cedis eka eda ho CCA no eka eda ho no a was a Ghana buying through ECG etua so the be ECG with my falentim afra sa sika we 60 billion Ghana cedis and eka eda ECG or science so ekan emete ase se anka Ghana akoye oman ye de koko ebo ye ho bra until say yi oil libe balance ye no koko ne gold ne ade ane ye de boy ho bra na ye ma mo kuafo ne ye pomo kuafo o mo do koko no eno no mo da hwe o mo ma free tete repum sabri na Yewura nanado befa akunya no ade a wo ye ne se wo de Ghana ye koko a ye nyanti ye mpo eba kosi awrowa boni ebeka ne se o collateralize ye koko yeti nanka yinya nti ye mpro dika da kusi awaje ho sika boni beka ne se wa hedge no enti wa hedge no che se sa bra no wo kwaje bosia no agreement a woni kofo ode bosia ne ma ye ne se 1 ton of cocoa bia no ye beto $2,000 enti say 2 years later say a ton of cocoa echo $10,000 krana okoko na wo de kono $2,000 na woni na agree upon no eno na obeton na Yewura Kufuado de ekokwaje more than 1.2 billion was a Ghana koko akuafo adwuma na editua na yebuse ye won se ye de koko anka na de boye ma ho bra na de bi yi feeder roast ni ade koko roast ni ade ye de kokwaje bosia na ye ba na yampa anya kwan na ye ma mo hye sebi nkonkuto mu do koko fu no omo akwan ye na omo faka ebenya kwahye wu na aban no gi omo sika na omo de koko tua eka omo anya so mfa so a na omo na ye ko ya na se ye baaye afiwe se nko sika e wo se tua in rollover nko ano over $800 million any sika e wo se Ghana ban through Ghana Cocoa Board etua edema ona ye do onka next year also Ghana ban say $400 million in rollover edema wana sebi Ghana ban ede wonka when you na echere omanum pempensoa Akufuado ene Dr. Bamud Baumia edi ba bedruye chese oman no omotete oman pansam no kra na so wo hwe life a ana say abrabo ana appointees of the government elive na
Niena omampeni ana say de omampeni ekeka ye unsusu say or discredit abaya etwemi too much.
Yo menu aba say yesi data in control asemo a ye region man mama kan ye bia no nsemo a documented and say ye state of the nation advisor no can say ye kata bibi so edisi Ghana for and assemble kon ye region man mahama even before say ebeto man o kan ye ne say obetiki Ghanaians into his confidence na say oman no eduru ba bi na ye a wo menye hu say de aduru de ye na say nye so ma Ghana for hu say enye enti de oye ye no ade omanye hu me no me enum ene ye nuanom Ghana for do na ahu say oman ne ba bi ye ginani na say ye babo ye tam ye ya bo ye tam ye enti enya de say o discredit aban no say omo ya de papa ye babo na abaso o kasa na o kan say free SHS ya de papa waba no ebimu kan so obegu no ba waba no obesum obeshem kena ama na gina yie se de be ebesum enne na amafo ene nchirima ene wo hwe ye mai omo secondary school ya omo ye videos betu social media fekeke me baba o secondary school me busa na nra say maami ene modi die mu ti sen school ti sen also that say de ye didima ye hoto ye pa enti eno ye the credit ama Kufuado o mu se wa anya ne se de ne ye pe no nanso so yewura mahama e kasa no o kan say na do the face just buy ebu mu kasa oba obegu nanso so omu no obehye mu kena ama na ayeye nti one discredit no kwan bia so me nua ba me sa aka koni mu no o sa ma Ghana fo nyina ti ase se ka eda ho a ye debt restructuring a ye ka eda ho no mu sisi ye next year o si ye tua e de ma wona ye do onaka both domestic and foreign creditors no over 180 billion Ghana cedis. More than 80% of national budget. Yeah, budget is here or Ghana is here. Annual budget or Ghana. Just over $200 billion. I mean 200 billion Ghana cedis. Next year, 2026. Car Ghana buying him in debt service and Kwano. 180 billion Ghana cedis. Just say you see your budget on a fear ye besimono. More than 80% of Sika budget in taxes, in the other revenues from your natural resources near the no. Move over 80% ever caught into debt servicing. When you your car, you will Kufuado, ebodugu ho ansa na oja omano ho no modiako. Menuaba say or sign Ghana for or my Ghana for say before so before kunyaso in January 2017 no. Now what the Ghana yankani asem and I say nyina mkani asem ejira pempenso a ejira brane o ma Ghana fo nya se ade a wo ye e ma Ghana se na woja hakon no na me ogide se Ghana ni bia no no a obe dispute that fact no say ye region no man mahama and they saw we doom so in January 2016 before so obe free kunya so in January 2017 enti mini aba ni state of the nation address no and some back on can say or area firming a commitment to invest in $10 billion in the next 4 years in infrastructure. Oh, yeah, man. Obekaya in 2020, Abra all contest, or can say Ghana for man a no befa kunyana or the $10 billion ebe share a school adamu hospitals mu ya kwan mu insuo yenyam nkane mu or the $10 billion ebe share in 4 years. I say every year biano or the $2.5 billion ever share infrastructure mu wasan aka ati so ma Ghana for nyina enya riche mu say saade na okan no obeye so ama na yefe enti menu aba ye regional man mahama in
Okay.
Menu aba metonka
na me prompt say State of the Nation or embra area na yen to the main topic of the day.
yo mini aba me da say enti me de ma no si wo e ho no na de make nya ne say said the area den man mama e share Ghana football say at all times he would take Ghanaians into his confidence and let us know idea e koso o man pempen so a edru no eno e na washa say a waye no e wo mu say a constitutional obligation and as a constitutional mandate say afibia na e so ba na re o man bobre ebeto Ghana fo anim na so enye say constitution hye nti na waba o ma Ghana fo be hu e ma Ghana fo hu say baby o man no yadru ni baby a me person do o man no so ekoni nti me ne ba I'm afraid nsuo na yento aso.
All right. Yeah, say Musa Dankwa findings are also at the Ababet Suja concerning political affiliations. No, NDC say and I must see AJ Asemno.
Yo, many about my son that's beam. Na Obekaya before say you ever told they just ended the elections, you know. Asem what the so we buy or catch o ma Ghana for nyina who say NDC LED abano na ye be winning overwhelmingly what the NDC to just over 57%. Emma and someone na ebi mo kan say WJ wanya abuo bia no ana abofo na ni so every time bia na Musa Dan kwa baba ntende so bia bia no NPP for try so be discredit no. Nanso so the AC last December no actually say sebi obi a onum de oye na ohwe ni sobe na ode aba na anu ya na menu aba ade a actually say Ghana for ene sebi ye ni ate ene Ghana for ye nkonkoto aba enka se me maame ene papa eto aba ma party A ene ntina kwan bia so party A na me so me ne me maye so beto aba akọ mekai ebe mfie kakra atwam ni me ne South Africa ni abaya bi edin komone South African man bi na ne fie boy soja ni na abaya yi a we 20s all ka say ono de they see before 1994 no na enya nwo no nti ono no onfa ho ne how wo mu ni say obewie school no benya adwumaye ne how wo mu ko be pese ke be ko na wiye ene say crime in South Africa ebe ko form na ajane kan say onim de o kan usua na de abrofo no de ye South Africans no anka onim anka won kasa eso abaya ni insist ye say ono ne generation problem omu wom e poverty inequality and unemployment and inti eno ne ade a obahwe so no de ato aba se broni mpo e na beba manaka ama saa hawo ni na fi ono mo a obato aba de ama broni eno dynamics a ekoso ewo ye man no musisi e kire say strong political party affiliation a traditional as a conventional based on who gave birth to us no sadie no etwam sese na ade a eye me fe kese pa eye survey na oye no the detailed nature of the survey me no can say me pese meko what do you call it survey no mu kakra na me nia ba me sure say aja obe hold on kakra me try say me refresh me computer no na ya twaso na ohwe survey na ode bae na me srawa me nia ba gina so ma me atie for na hwefo me sra mo mfa nche me try say me refresh na ye hwebo a northern regional ni survey na ode bae no e say NDC your support base and as your affiliation level our northern region no it was so 59% as against 24% of the NPP and now omo ye floating omo instead nim ba bia omo gina our northern region no just above 10% and other parties no enya 4% and on also omo disclose ba bia omo gina 3% eno northern region eno no many aba say ohwe sa the free northern region no eba na chiro ba bia ene NDC ye bobre akwakudru ye can say ye be build a party of inclusion na say the be obia be feel a part of the organization eno any ade ene ekoso ampa ohwe the just the end of the elections of course now vote ye northern region clearly you can confirm this survey by Musa Dankwa say a very credible eno eso so edebeto osan so e kan sembi say so oko gender say yenuamo mane mema NDC eba emema do na northern region support to NDC pa say enya adeketwa osan so edit say ema NDC about 56% of almost support to NDC northern region as oba on the side of the NPP just over 24% for both a man and memano just say almost support base northern region among a man and memano there a call from powers I appreciate it was so at the for so ebaya and no the Ashanti region me try say me open me computer no na my very specific with the numbers now or the buy for the Ashanti region no into Ashanti region na me free na for so many years ya kasa say yentimi nkasa ye de sebi ya asante for na NPP ne ye wo ye tu yentine kwan bia so ye beto aba de ma NPP abra omumfa buo emayen na ne sobe na wo ye no so wo hwe Ashanti regional kama ya say NPP ne NDC MCC ye gina brane ankasa na wo hwe wo say NDC yen support and as affiliation amongst the Ashanti region occupants no about 38% against 37% of the NPP. Floating voters just over 12%, and other parties say 3%. And I want also on the own disclosive, but no baby winjina no 10% or Ashanti region. Now, Osanso so down to Nepal no can say among a member and NDC just over 37%, and a man also 35%, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, no NPP 35%, and so amongst a member of Santimamua NDC 37% are almost more affiliated with the NDC, as against 35% of the NPP for the NPP. Now, we share over down so or so eba betray mu say we share one wako school kakra Asantimamu a ona wako school kakra Asantimamu a emu ebeye 42% CCA say on there on NDC and echo CCA they have some level of affiliation with the NDC as against 32% for the NPP, and this is incredible because the Ashanti region known for it support for the NPP now and the so way anyway but there's a strong paradigm shift in the Ashanti region in terms of political party affiliation now or science so actually much say so a mabunu between 18 and 24 nipa na said 35% of mabunu mo Ashanti region between 18 and 24 no 35% of them so mo there and they say so on koto aba NDC and on beto aba ediamayen now as against 32% for the NDC for the NPP enti ohwe na oba 25 between 25 and 34 so yegina brane not just say NDC enya 35% so and NPP so enya 35%, and we are talking of the Ashanti regional yenyanum say World Bank edema the opposition NPP enti many about share the ecoso Asante Mamuna clearly, and share the Ashanti regional minister where the youngest minister Sisia Oyema Enumu Oye Asante Mamua say in the next 4 years no we are bound to appreciate our support base our Asante Mamu. If you say minua Dr. Franka Makohine Duma obo Asante Mamu no and then one na NDC nyom akono no and omunyina obi e ka semparify NDC ho, and that is what we wanted for our people. You build a leadership very responsive and very proactive, and only adia Yura Ashanti regional minister Dr. Franka Makohine our region and so share a kind of us one mabunu one sepse ma memo pamo dinkita ho na efe ebeboa ma by 2028 no me sure say asanteman ebe kire NDC odo kese pa say ye sign the ni kire central regional your court central regional and also so survey no the asking of the survey no answer san oh baby the all can na say wo hwe won a ono central regional omo feel say omo some level of attachment with the NDC 52% for the NDC as against 90% for the NPP. As central region, you say a swing region all the time, you know. And also so be by CC and by Musa Dankwana. Clearly, NDC a very overwhelming political party affiliation with the people. Our so. Oba Asia or science so HSA amongst a man and and among support base and as among affiliation with the NDC central region amongst the members NDC 55% as against 18% for the NPP. And clearly there is no competition our central region. Say you're a gentleman party no ayakono and yes say you are by Muntina Biadona a show interest or party no proud to elections no and also the outcome of the just ended elections now clearly it tells you say the NDC ayakono NDC aye party obi apese or no ho join ewo ye man no nti mini aba de sisi ye nyina say NDC ayakono wo hwe asantemam de free on ba ya ya dominate ba bia wo hwe central region de free on ba ya ono so clearly ya fa ba bia wo hwe the free northern region eba ya eno so saa na many aba se obekaya asemba ko na NPP for ta campaign se amanfo ankwa bonti ankwa nkoto aba titru eye wona wo ye okomemenda sori omo ankwa nkoto aba no na wo hwe Musa Dankwa na opese o make sure say am pass saa notion na NPP for create no valid and say enye valid na sobe no ewa ha me say metimi manya na mama atifo ne ahwefo eso so ahu de oye ohwo no so so e de amayan se obehwe a eye SDFo a omwo ye man no mu sebi omo eto aba no 5% and as ohwe ye religious denominations na SDFo constitute 5% of Ghana form so me Christopher constitute 5% of that. So you see 5% in na kwakwato aba edema NPP a menu aba NPP for 41%, ejezen ko mbenya 46%. Enti even if assuming say enka SDFo nya kwakwato aba ena omunya ato aba de ma NPP a enka still na no yewura Baumia ebetweli behind Yaman John Dramani Mahama. And NPP for any case, and Sasobe we are abano. Me advice I can't do my NPP for ne say more moon downplay the survey by Musa Dankwa. Omo downplay the previous survey now we are proud to election no. I can say sebi them say we chakakra ena ode akoye survey na ode betun futuru egu Ghana for ni but ye na hu the CCA ne NDC do na afre yera John Mama say supreme leader ewo Ghana CCA enti momo mfa survey na yera Musa Dankwa eye no emfa ni ago ba bia ekwan bia so NDC the ekanyanse ebekoso na ya kire oma no na ya ma oma no ayakono se de be Ghana for ebetena oma no mu abobra eno ne ade a ye pese ye ema Ghana for nyina and wo hwe the way NDC is so appealing amongst young people of Ghana CCA ya there akono keke and ye bekoso na ya ama NDC aba ye because Ghana for who say NDC no a political party oba be fa Ghana man na or dwena man no enpunto no man nkanko and the region Dramani Mahama over and over again and demonstrate to say clearly he's got the interest of Ghana at heart and Oshe on our point on our point na our point is young people and are dominating in almost every sector. And the HSA or minor eshe in the Papa Pansa, HSA or minor edache at the year. And only a dear Ghana for in na any agya and obi apeso de no ho joining the NDC political party no efe ye de ye ni agye na de ye ka kire Ghana fo nyina ne se munya komapa munya rehwemu ewo yewura jono ma ne ye maame Professor Nana Jeno Pokwajiman amamu mu se enu se omumfie na no a mode ahye onsa no enso no na omde Ghana kodum pempenso a ye nyina betumi de yensa si ye bo aka se ampa ye kodina awia so to abade ma yewura jono mahama ene Professor Nana Pokwajiman na ye mandate de ma wo no omudi so na omo ye ni yie e de asom yen ama nchima so ebete ho de me nua ba me da ase.
Me so me da say Konedu somebody ye befa comments a ahwefo so e dey ascending e kan mo say no kremre e na oguso awo no Jaframa TV or say good evening and greetings from Rara in Oti region. All right, yeah, that's it. Kwekuyehu and the way by us. I'm watching from Suhum in the Eastern region. Ghana is really blessed to have John Mahama as president of Ghana. Okay. Yakubu Kasim. I say good evening, Ghanaians. Okay. Frema Oye, I say good evening. I'm watching from Mache near Ho. As usual, Dr. Bongo is here to tell lights. Okay. Lady Mal_2 also watching on Twitter satellite from St. Petersburg, Russia. The president delivered a well-tailored State of the Nation address. Okay. Sikapa family, you say I was impressed with the address on the agriculture sector. Ghana needs to provide its own farm produce. Watching on YouTube from Jumapon near Kofarija. All right. Kwesinsia Ena Ediwe Ebayo, say good evening. Please, Dr. Bongo should come again. Musa Dankwa's report has been credible. Mavis Boateng or say Ghana is working again. I'm very happy with the directive by the foreign minister. Ghanaians in diaspora deserve better treatment. Watching on Lisbon, Portugal. Okay. Nana Taprimu, say good evening and greetings from Tatale and Tekina Information Center. Listeners, okay, that's it. Robert Kimpe also watching from Paris, France. Dr. Bongo will defend everything, good or bad. NDC Diaspora Union also Baumia is the problem of the NPP. He didn't even win a single Zongo community. Asempa Hinde Boachosi, good evening, watching and listening from Achim Himan. Nyame Albio or good evening. That is a powerful submission by Bennett Konedu. The program is live on Adiliman Community Information Center. All right, yeah, that's it. Nyame Albio, how is the Kefi situation at this moment? Sweet Mother Tete or good evening. Thanks for the wonderful show. All right, yes, yeah, that's it. Okay, yeah, so Yenfa, the second topic. Bongo Pacho joining me. El Hasi. Minim said the Konedu Ekaye or any rebuttal of so yeah. Now why no? But second topic no say sha. Foreign Minister Kujeta Blackwa I wa alerting missionaries and say ebeya and I say and yes ebeya mpa omun treaty Ghanaians or apply it to other countries, no just say treaty Ghanaians so with dignity and respect. I say what has been the situation before this letter? Then a necessity say this letter we able to jump.
Jipa Mesa, you see this opportunity as a HLT for at least they are the best judgment. The different person be bisa assembly. When we saw program we Ghanaians a shepa. Almost shepa, Ghanaians a shepa. Into me bisa no you man wa Ghanaians different. One say NDC bar power on say doom so aye intensive pa. Who the men no Ghana here. Who say doom so intensive pa different. And I'm one.
Well, before NDC Ebaba Power, no, somewhere, I think October last year, yes, I say complaining about doom. So it was very bad. It was
And I'm
even worse than it is at the moment. Yes, I say complaining, you know. And a former energy minister, Dr. Bongo, I'm coming there. A former energy minister, MIA, where say here timetable, like draw timetable for ourselves. And then also they made us aware say it was not doom, so it's doom CSE. So what's then changed at this point within 2 months now? Mohande over no, you no more see it as doom CSE. As I say, no more say a doom, so all of a sudden, just because you've handed over, so it's tend to doom so just overnight.
There you define Yamina Mika. Me Yamina Mika, a Ghana for Neka, and Yamina Mika, me no Ghana ya. Upe ye survey. And I say, listeners now, more TV, so OTA, no, or more for comment, mra. No more can Ukraine, I want to say December. After 2 elections, nature John Mama inside by no. The state of the doom son at saying, commenters now, they will be the best judgment. Omufa commented with back. It more musheni nano. Ah, they be a much
Well,
comment.
in my opinion, no. In my opinion, no. What we have now is way better than what we had in October, November, and no crampona must say a doom CSA. So if we are all being fair, let's just keep quiet because the doom CSA is still continuous.
Me by 15th November, difa. Nanka omudum so a. Omudum ya no masie no masaso. Omudum ya no masie no masaso. Ene na friend dum sie. But the see in NDC, omuduma etimi take 1 day. Ansa no maso. Ene na friend dum so. But dum sie ni say ye duma within 1 hour na say 2 hours.
Well, and me experience no. Honestly, I'm not experiencing doom so I can't relate.
Okay, me, I'm relating because I'm not in Ghana and I'm feeling the doom so and the NDC. And different. And Mr. Khan said, who said, John Mahama no, near Opera no, so be you Ghana for D, over Pamomo, now what doom lies no. There's nothing better that John Mahama can offer Ghanaians. Now, my giant no, I'm a Ghana for, say Ghana for be the best judgment of what is happening in Ghana now. If the Minister of Foreign Affairs, Okujoto Ablakwa, me bona abaso, sebi, Ghanaians say 2 coin, ye who coin and faso treat foreigners are, or mobile Ghanaians embassy outside, right? Or treat good. And to be frank with you, who say Ghana, they be American Africans, ya ne underrated you. Ya na yembu yo. Na nyese foreigners no, and I say embassies na yembu ye. Because Ghana, all the country biya to honuma, obiya be pese obedwane Africa Ghana ha. No onko. Enti omo feel say we are desperate. And obiya we desperate biya no, you bu kura na because you are desperate. Yes, you kura na because you are desperate. When you baba no, na you bu owie. You baba no, na ya mo treto. Eti eno so eka ho bi. Sebi de bia me kan difa. You kruma ye wo yi. Bibia wa ha. How do you body the whole year be? Who do you broke the whole year be? Unye suo no. Awo ni wo unye jacket. Who you see can so unye so be change. Abochire de sorry to say. Your atade e share in winter. Your atade e share in summer. Your atade e spend in spring. And your atade e share in autumn. And the whole day can so untumi use car ties. the whole year. This all change. Now so your country we Ghana na South Africa ye will be bia. Just say abro kata sheye ene proye ene ye sano. Ema ye ko you see greener pastures ekosre. Ento tumu so obi pa wo wie degree. Obi a wo bo master's degree. Na waja ni nyina na wajo no ko abochiri. Na ko edwuma factory. Sebi na ordinary national 8 hours epic ye frame bi to say ozone warehouse kakraka na o shutu ye kill no ya to ho kill no ya to ho kill obi to ade no ya to ho obi a wo master's degree anase be nso obi akọ kitchen no ko ye dwuma o kitchen no di pay kiti bi just say ni o sua ni 4 years o sua ni ss o sua ni o sua ni na o jani na gu no ko akuku okohoro chance choba chance na okohoro ya na mebo mesa sisu bi mebo kujoto blakwa it's time aso se o se mo embassy no hu se enye se ye na ehi omu no omu no omu ye difa abochire okọ Germany a omu pese omu wu bi omu ento omu ya akokora eno omu short workers ento omu ankasa no omu chire omu hu workers say yamba ho be yejuma nanso omu pese omu bi kwan amaye nanso o still omu pese omu refuse a visas meanwhile they need us meanwhile they be omu advertise say omu ye necessary Germany omu ye bibi e friend green card Germany for and I say opportunity card say we say what $12,000 a year who vocational training and also with degree ya obetumi akọ Germany special and one so be German language in course kakraka no the $12,000 no 12,000 euros no their deposit omo their quotating no their deposit or block account with Germany sa account no this can be deposit no we apply for visas no ever more 1 year visa who could do Germany na sa block account no they are 13,000 euros and no do betu your honka busun bia no be didi ko pem so obenye eduma onye eduma dia eni wa fa won di 13,000 no we fa usika na wo eduma na oje ba onye nye eduma sa sika no do betu your honka sa ko pem 1 year na difa treatment a mo treat na say me kan we are desperate to travel enti ye desperate no obia apply obi ho no mukura na nizika kitikiti bi oye ni visa application process no onim say the visa fail no ni visa application no onim ko ya obafa so fail after submit na so opeso obetu kwan ono hu say o fail application obetu kwan na wa failing enti ye bia no minimum that for bi also obetu kwan akwa abochiri and I apply for conference. Your money invitation, your money be bia, to say your money invitation I'll get me about. Me share ya me bisa so here also ko book appointment. But book appointment so ko embassy ho. And I bisa say appointment no book here no. Visa application form no here. Also your money invitation free. Country European country me person me born in. Also your money invitation free ho. And no the book appointment and I say no, we don't do that. Embassy be or local biano also fill the visa application form online and also download the visa application form no fill data fill the bia who fill it no what the bank statement uji bank statement no why travel insurance who your travel insurance say your hotel no go no why hotel reservation say a flight a plane ticket who was the car no what to plane ticket in and out no the account documents no what to submit it no the invitation letter na the amount ni keke eno book appointment so ko invitation letter no we say o ko duro no wow ko jina abonti na the no de na refuse o enti misremi ni ono mo misremo Ghana de pa mi ka so metu kwan akontu say ye utu kwan ye biewa adwene utu kwan ye more opportunity enti akontu oba no yes obetu kwan ya no why then what to kwan but misre emaye ye desperate say betu kwan say me wo bi no say oh me pese me tu kwan ko Bahrain me pese me tu kwan ko Qatar na so wan bise mu hu o country am ko no ya na say nye country am ko ejuma be na am ko akoye country am ko na agent ana na embassy take advantage hu say ye pese travel desperate
normal inflate more visa application fee no ye kwa ana say Ghanaians kwa some ko visa interview kura na ye more ko yen tenase ye be gina so sa because omo who say we are desperate enti nia okujoto black kwa e kan ye no ye pa say wa throw letter e de akoma omo eno no be mo steady pa say see Ghanaians and as Africans oboni abre see slave trade no and I say imperialism no ya afrimu and I said the western superpowers no ya afrimu see no bi ani abre de bia meka ka Africans ka it me trade among ourselves the fact ka ni kwan say yentu kwan and I say ka Africans ye borders now 1884 so that I say 1888 krana the Europeans arbitrarily petitioned Africa no ka wadin kasia how we can see the future how you make my use up borders now artificial borders now create more Africans now ka ebeye de pa because they see you know we are African ni we are Ghana ni no person ko contribute say Morocco and I say Egypt and I say Ethiopia untimi nko without taking a visa no kura obeje kura na di so obesameka and the countries we use on so you need direct transportation sebi o person ko Rwanda no far etebi one ma this oil transit for Europe you be far over Turkish airline you be far from Ghana no do for Turkey if you take here and send your transit about Rwanda. That is how our system is. Yana yama system in Juma. And it's time say once the Minister of Finance, I applaud him for demanding that the embassy treat Ghanaians with dignity. The embassy treat Ghanaians with respect. Because at the end of the day, it's a service they are providing to you that you have to pay them. Because visa application fee, and you're free. We always pay them. So provided you are paying someone this huge sum of money, they are supposed to give you good service. They are supposed to treat you well. Mestre Ghana Consumer Index, and I say Consumer Association, Kofi Kapito, they should also monitor the embassies, make sure that they give their customers good treatment. If any free, you pay for the service. Even though you are going to their country, they have built their country is good, but it is not free. You are paying for the application fee. So they have and they must treat you with dignity.
All right. Dr. Bongo yebeda se yenko kunedu hona ono so entre na adwe emfa sa asemi ho.
Yo, mini aba. Me chia obi na masa chia ahwefo ne atiefo. Menim say what men can.
Okay. It's on ka.
Yo, me da say. Na say doctor kasa no. Na anko oyade propaganda kakafam. O person say say erojo no man mahama bae no. Afi de dum so asamba. Na me de say owura mu na o correct na nkan futuro na opeso tugu ahwefo na tiefo ni no. Wantimi anya sa adwuma no. Na yenya nim say sometime last year Ghana folk will be complaining about the level of young Canadian Duma na ekoso. Ema abeka ya energy minister then ebeka kire say enye dum so na ye hu no na ye dum siesie. And they say wa how kind na ba na say na in less than 2 months amude kunama ye no. Afi de eba ya ya be say mfidie nyina ma dum so asaba. Eye moka muja to o ma kire say ECG car eda ECG sie eye 60 billion Ghana cedis ena ye ka da ho. Na ekake siesie da ono mo a company no sika be na ono be omo be siesie omo fidie sika be na omo de beto oil ede apa machines no so the bear no me no ye benya kanea da mu enti say ye hu say ye dum kanea sisi ya bia na NDC ntimi implement NDC na say Virgin Roman Mahama okwan bia so ekwan a
Okay, komnedu ahomano article na yemfa ashefo commenter or my sign ascende amayen. All right, kuna di assign ma kwa babi mpacho so on komo chiche so.
Watch me, say, yeah, we didn't think I know a canon kakra. Yo, the American nan say, Doctor Asmano can say, do so asaba, and Ira Mahaman, the Aban, dear, no cribia, na Ira gentleman Mamma can say, ECG no obey, no way in ye, and I.
All right, yemfa comments ba ku mienu bi na yen beto an komo chiche no so.
Hello, Jipa.
Yes, Dr. Bungu.
One was all can do so. You want
Na
some nana.
kuna do ani buto awakata network na article you know.
All can do so once some
Pasha ka
nana.
bibi.
Do so ne. We a friend is serendipity. Also, all can do so no because they do so na kano. Or cover sa serendipity. Oh, and Ukraine at the heart. Your first year. And I give me what. Me
You know,
present you
credit
for say all can do so
face here,
na.
but when you're sure to so now calculate.
Yeah, me say serendipity. Unso no anga so kadum so no adum so unse me buy me call me tete call. That means NPP for ye ni dum so nam. They any kan yan ko an nam. NDC for the tem bia no me dum so nam. That is the reality. Right? That is the reality. Ifa. They bia me kan
But
but me
you saw
who
man
cry
like
say
a doom though. No what on here.
what they say
Say upon wabasho so e wa Ghana ha the light a doom pay. Inti no so
oh say when they do so but upon they do kwa esi but once you cover sa and I can do so upon by na I can do so once more na mo can do so me na me de buy na jifa ya me pese me kan say musa dankwa research na me kan na obi SN test me say credible now jifa this is what I'm saying. This is a candidate that have scored 41%, right? And he had the second highest vote, right? And John Mahama had about 50, if I'm not mistaken, about 53, right? And I mean, can say if any credible researcher or serious researcher, yeah, he have to factor in. He have to factor in that he had about 41% of the vote, right? And you can say, Bomia, so uncontested Bioma, it will be good for NPP. I would say that your research and you're credible, Jifa, because you have to consider the number of votes the man had, and you have to consider even someone who break through, who was the favorite for NPP, Alan Cash, is not even getting closer to even 5%. So if Musa Danko is saying that, oh, if Bawumia resign, no, he should rather bring something different. Maybe you say that, oh, if we start our campaign early, or if you're able to point the mistakes of NDC, then we will be able to win the elections in 2028. The mistake that you should point out is just the the incompetent and the competent dismissal of Ghanaian youth, young people who have employed, right? This is some of the mistakes that NDC are doing, and they'll pay dearly for that mistakes. Me see, you have a demonstration. Me, yeah, demonstration against someone. The other thing they say, NDC, almost has said, some beton ECG. ECG, you turn ECG that. You see, I could show me a turn that. NDC has said, some beton. More power and take it 3 months because of incompetence in T. Almost as here, almost certain committee could I say committee be investigated, no much of ECG. Me say we will resist it. Me may 1 man demonstration. Me bobo me home. Me told me gari, na ma told me sugar, na ma me pure water account. Me say me the Flagstaff house, na ma the energy, Ministry of Energy sa kopim say the minister and John Mahama will descend their decision. If a mama will cover my program, no, me say me bobo ano, me beto gari bottle, na mato sugar.
Marty,
Alo
Meba,
kakura cover what you can.
Meba, Marty. All right, Dr. Bongo Pachodia, my closing. Okay, Kone do outside ba.
Ayo, many aba. With at your phone, your phone puncher.
Mrs. Still. Okay, Kone do akwaba.
Ya fide na use no. Aja shika na omache se fide na ehide do. Nti em se ne si ye. Yo mini aba na me guso kasa na ewura
Okay.
munya. Ahun se Dr. Bongo etu mfuturugu ahwefo ne atiefo ani pa. Asoma wo kan se yen yem se yefese yaton ECG. Asoma doctor kan ya hudu da samo anokre ne nokre biara ni mu. NDC purely social democrat. Ye no say yantunto abanja pade no sebi enya de a ye gitum berebe nti ECG Ghana abanja pade de o say ye ne se ye ne ni yie se de be ya ka that company ni so no ye betimi atesa aka no so na company na tima som yen na ne purpose nti ye setting up no atimi adimu nti doctor eka kire Ghana for say say you beton ECG ntura chese wodanyane na to say asam na ekoso a na wasakọ ohuro nim bi bana so wasakọ akoda fi say entru enukwe biara enimo yo mini aba na ye kasafa em say Ministry of Foreign Affairs yeah press release on the buy with regards to omo nkita ho omo ne Ghana missions or Ghana ka say omomfa obuo ne die ma Ghana fo a omba omo offices pe nkata de tu kwan no na yemu bi yaka for many years and emi de say you will quit to black kwa ebe fa kunya na no and then one of the first things that wakasa fa ho a officer obeye say me no cost social contract oji misika se memra na me mameje nkata wasede se me ba baby a metna ama me ho adweme no so provide side na de mame nti you know embassies no and as a missions na wo Ghana no o ma se de se Ghana ni biara obetu na na si omo offices se obeje nkata no say ne pa no mo asan social contract mo agi ni sika se ne pa no no mameje omra na mo ntoto na no ana se o fan data na momfa ne nkata ama no ana se momfa ma no so ma nipa na hu enti se ne pa ne ba na se momfa obuo na ni di ama na sebi e kire se mo Ghana ankasa no mumbu o man no if you say okọ your mission say wa abroad the way ya hoho a fekeke ndedi ntina mo de mo boye krom a mo pese mo di obuo na ni di ebe man obekọ missions ni bi na queues boho no enya senketo a ni nyina nti na yewra jendoma ni ma say what 24-hour economy ba ye bestre missions na wo Ghana ne say so mo hwe na demands are almost no edos no do a omon try some better run 24-hour economy no say dey be ya one hour be ba omon missions no so no omon anya service a dignified na ye nyina so yasomati adwe nti 24-hour economy na e ba no emma service Ghana for enkwana se Ghanaian you know businesses nkwa embassies na e wo Ghana no titu one em say Ghana for do na akọ takọkọ nkrata bi tu kwan nintem bia no obekona ahomatenten boho no ye besra omo se omunje omon practice 24-hour economy na so omunyintum na emboa won because omo yesa omo services no ebe yakono ama Ghana for so ehwo ato won na omo so ehwo ato won because work bi kokogina adwuma mu from na pa be 8 o'clock na was serve enipa be 500 between 8 o'clock in the morning and 5 enipa be do bi no abre so anything no say 2 shifts number running another 3 shifts number running I'm running 3 shifts in through embassies British High Commission and the American embassies no bet me 24-hour economy no say you know a policy need say be boa no matima so ni pado do na almost services no so ehun aya kono nti many aba sa dey we there ade a ehun hia pa omusi aba ese be Ghana yie ba na be create new Ghana for nya bia ye na mum say dey ewia say migration no global economy no upo umpo amanfo bitu kwan say oman no mo ye say munye amanfo bitu kwan eni nti ne ye ka say munye omo services no enya de a eye dignified na Ghana for so ehun say ye wo ye kromu a ye de guo man nti menua ba ho ne de no be bo no mo a me ansan bo subjective opinion with regards to how foreign missions any some other entities be running omonoma owo ye man no nenso so enye nsem nya na e ka na obonten said the foreign ministry no foreign affairs ministry asha se mo gide se no bu ono mo a ombehwe na omo aye ni ye te se islet mo ne TOEFL mo di mat mo ne ndi ade no e kom fa so mo ye mo no wo ye man no enye fe kra ne nyina na ye pese ye mission foreign affairs ministry no ebehwe na otu ehwana mo na Ghana for so yeso ye hu se we krum said the etene no timini aba no de em se eye ade a Ghana for nyina ja to NPP NDC obi aja to say the foreign affairs ministry di aba no em se asempa se missions ni nyina ja to mu a ebe boa yen na yeso so ye kon mu adwe na mini aba mesem de no besia na ebi wo no mu a obusa me de ato aso
Yebeda say answer obeko for o closing remarks no ma yempreko na yemre no so so anu no
yo mini aba me da se pi ye de yemre no ko anase ye program na kuna wi na me da tie fo na hwefo nyina ase na maka kire ye nyina ye se aba fofo na aba no ye nyina ehu ba bi empempen so edu sisi e ka eda oman no so you hwe get funder nanado ene baumia e de kosia wo wajiska resenken funder aye senka oman do ebi no oman ne senke a nka yenko iska ho ne mfa mo oman no bra no sa senken funder kwa mpo asenke sikani tese oman do bi eduru no ye gina no enye kra na mesre se asamba ko a kamera ye fi retrenchment anase revocation of employment ekoso ewo abanu musisi ebi mo hye some de politics na se ofa nkofo adwuma mu as an employer o set a funder sa nkofo no obetia omoka na so o hwe nkofo omoafo omo adwuma titu in the last few months to elections no and after elections now there was no provision for no enti oman so ni sika sam nyina yie abandon ntimi overka 2008 abeba fa ko 2009 no kasi ye na president Kofo afifa nkofo go onwom single span salary structure aba Euro mills nyamemfa ne currency yie oba abonten be kan bra no or brand san wetima trade me foka yempesi sade ni besi bi me yakase Euro ma buy no de boso me sade boso me 19 trade me foka enti obi biara ne appointment fraudulent and as flood no say nipa na yeso won kotena fi ni hwehwe mu yenka se yi we de se kotena fi na yenhwem titi ohwe nip de koso nipa yese kokotena fi na yenhwe mu ewie na se behia service be fa mo aba enti obi biara no no mo a NDC de emra ebe hye ne nsam na yapamo ne so won kotena fi if you say pamo mo na o chana mo so and I say 30 years time mo ba de de ye mo ko for sara mo de be enti enye ye fe ese be pamo Ghana ni bia in fact we be na we more Ghana be we Ghana ni bia no e deserve so we a decent job no so ye in the constitutional right so so decent job no ye na mom employer na ya aban no ese ni sika sem nyina ye obetimi de tua in public car eno kwa se ye fa omo anase ye keep omo adwuma emre ko a sika no ma ye betua sankofo no ka enti ye nyina ne se de be ye betima consolidate ye fiscus no na enfie die ni mo no ye betimi employ Ghana for do na because ye yaka say adaba ko esi akoma ebe yakoma so pa ye pese ye pa ene se ye be create nyoma Ghana for nya biaye enti say ebe retrenching for no de em say ayade a enka ye plans for na mum no mo no ma ye no mpempre se de be ya ye betimi hu ba bi ejina na se ye betimi asotre no ma yi na ye tu asa ba biem enti ayade a no so no Ghana for nyina monti ase ye emra ye wom sisi na edin pa emra ye wom sisi ye no edin pa chese yesika sem no enyina yi enti no yesremo a de ye no monti ase na mera pa no obi biara o deserve so onya adwuma no obenya adwuma ye no so ensa akona no mini aba me si a na machia ye tiefo ne hwefo na me de check ese akofia za koma yewura dondoma ne mahama biem ene miere nua Peter ene kojoda nkwa ne dara me chia mu pi leya ya manu me chia wo pi na me yaba me besia na mra pa mu no yesa yebesa hia.
Okay. Yes, so you better say call in your bema Dr. Bongo Mashood so na on my any closing remarks.
Yo, Jifa, my mom closing remarks. Mr. Person, me use this opportunity. Actually, me co-partner, Ponedu, say, Wabe join here, the program, Abba. If you for viewers, ni omo contribute any na no, ye na jumana na ye na ye pegana ye. Jifa, me person me use this opportunity side actually. But, nyam person Ghana for kai ni say. Mr. Ghana for Monkai say, you need NPP Ghana, you need NDC Ghana. We have the Republic of Ghana. And any NDC citizen, you need NDC Ghanaian, you need NPP Ghanaian. We are all citizens of Ghanaians. And near NDC, every year, minimum bano, minimum bemano, ya. We are for, we are parent, Kai, for we two Timuna Kai. Na 2028 7th December beko koto aba ne ya pam wu nia wo fa so adamfo se wa ye adwuma ya pam so onsambre fie no kai 7th December to a no so wato e dia pam NDC no mo ko na MPP e de badie ye nye sa mistakes no because enim say muyina moye Ghana for muyina modo Ghana muyina mo ba ye adwuma aboa Ghana ye ntina mu ina mu apply for edwuma no na ne ya me ya ne pa ne se ne ya ya me ya ne se jo mama our boys and girls are more try the teenage age no bisa no ebu ni car driving omo car driving omo girlfriends baby say who omo yo home social media no obi ba aye edwuma na o pam fie na ebe na obetuma hwe the girl ebetuma money girl chop money obi won so bi o aware foforo be no betima man chop betima ahwe ne ba the Ghana for Munkai na NPP ne can say you minority but we are bigger than the majority say we can here so we are majority tin see brofo na omonti no o madani minority by force even though brofo there
Any brofo ni edibu man Dr. Bongo.
What's it saying, Iva?
You say any brofo ni edibu man.
There be any brofo ni edibu man, but ena me kan no. So unti brofo na, ye wo local language. Kan local language here. Unti brofo na ye force. Na NDC for mu bebre be brofo intimidation ti omo na ye say mu omo ye di. I don't know make am key no ko baby. We are house and I don't know we are gruni ni we are frafran we are not and to make am. But brofo intimidation ti NDC for omuntu minka. Brofo nti omo ye bebre omo ye di. But NPP dey who say dey brofo dey twa left and right tree kura ye kan frafra kura ye kan kase bi etimi ka obi antimi dey tie. Ye 80 something omo ye 100 and something. Now so ye defeat omo sa difa. Na me pese me use this opportunity to be achia Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia na machia Mr. Eddie mo technical advisor me say konedu wa sabu bi mi so agwaji na so wa dika ya mo closing remarks o sabu so review difa me man kwan me da se difa
Mari mane kwa yo mate. Ende ashaponi esifo ya da munyina ase semweje bre ehwe yen. Say ne mo comment nyina so e de ema yen. Mo aboa amajimedi no aye kama. Sa mre de chese. Ya kramo anu no. Yegusu da munyina ase mo amo share link no so mo afoforo so share bi ya da munyina ase. Me producer Mr. Set Ali. Me akasa asimi de Antonia Jifa Ifa. Now what you saying that you're best saying is Macramo.
These measures will reduce dependence on the national grid and position Ghana as a leader in Africa's green energy transition. Mr. Speaker, Ghana's petroleum sector has witnessed a